Caitlin Clark got offered to go and play in Europe, but the WNBA have immediately shut it down. The WNBA will not let Caitlin go and play in the EuroLeague, as she is contracted with the Fevers.
Y'all gotta see this. So Caitlin Clark just quit the WNBA. I mean, this is just insane. And people are saying that she's doing this because her team was so bad in the playoffs that she's just fed up.
The WNBA have treated their biggest star poorly all year, but this is just the icing on the cake. Players are going over to Europe as the league pays more money, yet Caitlin isn't allowed. You have suddenly released, you have a star on your hands. Now you want to keep her in your horrid league and let her be targeted for another 4 years. Alyssa Smith and Kelsey Mitchell have already went overseas to play in China due to the WNBA not paying them enough. Now that Caitlin wants to explore her options, and there is a league waiting for her who will actually show her some respect, the WNBA says no. It's a disgrace.
Caitlin Clark has a bullseye on her back every single game. You must stop her. I don't think you look at Chicago and go, boy, if we stop Angel Reese, we're going to win.
The WNBA are being found out. They have lost significant amount of viewers since Caitlin went out of the playoffs. And if she moves away from the WNBA, it will be even worse. The constant mistreatment she has been receiving has been unfair to any player, let alone your star player who changed the league more than anyone ever has.
And they also need to, I don't know if an apology is warranted to Caitlin Clark or they just need to, in general, do better.
The WNBA is currently embroiled in a controversy that's making waves across the sports world. According to recent rumors, the league is threatening to ban Caitlin Clark, one of its brightest stars, if she decides to sign a contract to play in Europe. This shocking move has left fans and analysts stunned, as it puts Clark, one of the most exciting and talented players in women's basketball, in a difficult position. She could be forced to choose between continuing her WNBA career or pursuing new opportunities abroad. Let's dive into the details of this unfolding situation.
How's it feel? Do you care?
When she transitioned to the WNBA, the excitement surrounding her entry into professional basketball was enormous. Clark is currently under contract with the Indiana Fever, a deal that reportedly binds her to the team for another 4 years. However, things have taken an unexpected turn recently. Rumors suggest that Caitlin Clark has received a lucrative offer from the EuroLeague, the premier professional basketball league in Europe. With the WNBA season now over, Clark has reportedly been weighing her options, and the prospect of playing overseas has become an enticing possibility. This potential move has sparked widespread speculation about her next career step.
Caitlin is amazing in and of herself. She's an incredible basketball player. I think I can say that she's great, and I can say that there are 143 women that helped get the league to this place that she could take it over the top, and it's okay. That's not an affront to anybody.
In response to these rumors, the WNBA has taken an unyielding stance. Reports suggest the league has informed Caitlin Clark that if she moves to Europe and accepts the offer from the EuroLeague, she will be banned from ever playing in the WNBA again. Let that sink in. One of the brightest stars in the league is being told that the WNBA would rather lose her entirely than allow her to explore other opportunities abroad. The reasoning behind this decision? The WNBA points to Clark's current contract with the Indiana Fever, which reportedly runs for another 4 years. According to the league, she must finish out this contract before even considering playing in another league. Should a league really be willing to threaten one of its top players with such severe consequences simply for exploring opportunities to grow her career? And you may be wondering, how did Caitlin respond to this? Well, she played a game off golf with Lexi Hall, another sport she aims to be top at.
Caitlin, that could be in. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hey! Right from the 10 inches away! No! Caitlin!
What makes this situation even more outrageous is that the WNBA only seems to fully realize Caitlin Clark's immense value now that she's potentially considering other opportunities. The league was quick to threaten her with a ban if she moved to Europe, but where was this energy during the playoffs when Clark's team was knocked out and viewership immediately plummeted? It's no secret that Clark has single-handedly brought a massive audience to the WNBA. People don't just watch her games, they tune in specifically to see Caitlin Clark play. She's a game changer, a star whose presence elevates the entire league.
Our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA.
However, when Clark's team was eliminated from the playoffs, the remaining games saw a significant drop in fan interest and viewership. People simply weren't as invested in the postseason without her, which speaks volumes about how much the WNBA relies on a few select players to carry its audience. What's even more troubling is that this isn't the first time the WNBA has treated Caitlin Clark poorly. Earlier this season, there was an infamous incident where Clark was targeted by another player, Dejonai Carrington, which resulted in Clark suffering a black eye. The incident was clear as day, yet the league took no disciplinary action against Carrington, one of the league's top players being physically assaulted on the court, and the organization does nothing to address it. The silence surrounding the incident was deafening and raised serious concerns about how the WNBA prioritizes player safety and accountability.
Genuinely looks like the refs have been paid off to try and get Caitlin Clark fouled out. Because first of all, this random girl right here clearly kicked the ball, and then the foul call itself might have been even more ridiculous. I'm still looking for the foul, and I can't find it anywhere. So what was the ref looking at? He's probably looking at his bank account as he just received a deposit of $5,000 to rig this game. Whatever this ref is on, or whatever he's getting paid, needs to be investigated, and bro should be banned for life.
But the mistreatment of Clark doesn't stop there. Despite having an exceptional rookie season, Clark was snubbed for a unanimous Rookie of the Year award. One voter, likely driven by personal bias or some ulterior agenda, chose not to vote for Clark and instead backed Angel Reese. This single act of pettiness prevented Clark from joining the exclusive group of rookies who've earned a unanimous vote for the award. To many, it was an undeniable moment of injustice, especially considering how Clark's season left no doubt about her deserving the honor. This snub, coupled with the league's inaction after the Carrington incident, has left fans outraged and questioning the WNBA's treatment of its rising stars.
Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists.
And now, the WNBA is taking things to an entirely new level. They're trying to lock Caitlin Clark down because they know that without her, they're losing a substantial part of their fan base. Clark isn't just another player in the league. She's a phenomenon. A superstar who draws in viewers who might not typically tune in to WNBA games. Her appeal goes beyond the court. She's a cultural figure who has brought much-needed attention to women's basketball. The league is fully aware that if they lose her to Europe, their ratings will nosedive, and their relevance in the sports world could diminish.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now. And this is just data. This is just objective facts. Be mad with data. Please do not be mad at me.
Let's also consider what this means for Clark's career. At only 22 years old, she has years of basketball ahead of her. The EuroLeague, known for its high-level competition and lucrative contracts, offers her an incredible opportunity to further her career on an international stage. Historically, many WNBA players have taken advantage of playing overseas to supplement their income, given that the WNBA doesn't offer the same financial rewards as the NBA or European leagues. For the WNBA to actively stand in the way of this opportunity feels like a betrayal, especially when the league has done so little to protect or uplift Clark during her time in the WNBA. And what does Caitlin do? She just enjoys a game of golf, like the queen she is.
Is this like a, we're good, we're gonna call this a birdie?
I don't think so. No!
Yes!
That's huge. Great birdie.
Woo!
Instead of fostering her talent and encouraging her professional growth, the WNBA's actions suggest they're more interested in maintaining control over one of their most valuable assets. It's a short-sighted move that could have long-term ramifications for both Clark and the league. The fans see this situation for what it truly is. Yet another example of the WNBA failing to recognize and properly support its top talent. Caitlin Clark is the future of basketball, and the way she has been treated by the league is nothing short of unacceptable. If the WNBA doesn't change its stance on how they are handling this situation, they risk facing serious backlash from their own audience.
Caitlin Clark is coming. Some people think she's already arrived. I don't. I think she's going to be even better. I think that what she has done for women's basketball, especially in this country, has been phenomenal. There is no woman, no matter how great you were as a player, Cheryl Swoops, there is no woman who should negate mentioning Caitlin Clark and what Caitlin Clark is doing for the game.
Rather than threatening their top players with bans, the WNBA should be doing everything in their power to keep their stars happy, making them feel valued and respected. The league's success is built on its players, and when players feel supported, the league grows stronger. Caitlin Clark's situation should be a wake-up call for the WNBA to prioritize the needs and ambitions of its talent, encourage their growth, and make the league a place where players want to stay and thrive, not a league they feel forced to stay in against their will. Caitlin Clark isn't just a WNBA star. She's a cultural icon in the making, someone who has already transformed the landscape of women's basketball. She has drawn more eyes to the sport than almost any other player in recent memory, captivating audiences with her electrifying play and personality. Clark's impact on the WNBA cannot be overstated. Her presence alone has boosted the league's viewership, attracting fans who might not have previously watched women's basketball. She's brought the kind of attention that leagues dream of, making her not just a player, but a critical figure in the WNBA's growth.
Who's the second best player in the country? Either Caitlin Clark or Leah Boston.
Yet, despite all that she has done for the league, this is how she's being treated. Clark has been a consistent positive influence, helping to elevate the WNBA to new heights. But the league has repeatedly failed to support her in return. Instead of fostering an environment where players can thrive and grow, the league seems more focused on control, disregarding the very people who are driving its success. So where does this leave Caitlin Clark? Unfortunately, her only realistic option now seems to be staying in the WNBA and running down her contract with the Indiana Fever. Until she fulfills her obligations to the team, she's effectively stuck, unable to explore opportunities overseas, even though playing in Europe could significantly boost her career and earnings.
There are very, very few people, but there are some out there who resent the fact that this young white girl came out there and did her thing. Rookie of the year, 4th in the league for MVP voting, assist leader, one of the top leading scorers after the Olympic Games. She put on a show, validating all the attention she was receiving.
For a player of Clark's caliber, being denied the freedom to make her own career decisions is a tough pill to swallow. She's worked hard to become one of the most talented and marketable stars in women's basketball, and she deserves to have the autonomy to shape her future.
Go, 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 go. No, 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 no.
This situation should be a wake-up call for the WNBA. They cannot continue to operate in this manner if they want to retain their stars and grow their audience. Treating top-tier talent like Clark with threats and limitations will only push players away, leading to not just a loss of talent, but also the fan base that follows them. In a league still fighting for mainstream recognition and expansion, this could be a disastrous mistake. Caitlin Clark brings more than just points on the board. She brings visibility, excitement, and growth potential that the WNBA can't afford to lose.
leading the WNBA in points generated, which means points scored and or points assisted on. She is leading the league by a significant margin, and she is doing this as a rookie with a Fever team that is not comprised of a bunch of all-stars.
In conclusion, the WNBA is walking a dangerous line by threatening Caitlin Clark with a ban if she chooses to accept an offer to play in Europe. The league is attempting to trap her in her current contract with the Indiana Fever, knowing full well that her departure would result in a significant loss of viewership and fan engagement. This is a blatant example of the WNBA prioritizing control over player autonomy, and it hasn't gone unnoticed by fans. Instead of supporting one of their most valuable assets, the league is taking a hardline approach that feels unfair and short-sighted.
I think she's close to breaking it, maybe on Super Bowl Sunday, so I don't know if I'll get to see it, but I mean, just a tremendous player, tremendous person. I've met with her and talked. You can tell she loves the game. She loves playing at Iowa, and it's gonna be one of the best women's basketball, one of the best college basketball players to ever play, and then go to the WNBA and dominate there as well. Hopefully, I never have to play her one-on-one because she'll for sure be getting buckets on me.
Caitlin Clark has been nothing less than a transformative figure in women's basketball. From electrifying performances that have drawn in new fans to the increased media attention she brings to the league, her impact is undeniable. Yet, the WNBA's treatment of Clark, whether allowing her to be injured without consequence, snubbing her for a unanimous Rookie of the Year vote, or now threatening her with a ban, has been disgraceful. The league must recognize the star power they have in Clark and, rather than holding her back, focus on elevating her to new heights.
Would you allow Caitlin Clark, if you were her coach, to shoot the way she shoots?
And further back if she wants.
There's no bad shot then for her.
He's like Steph Curry.
Whether the WNBA realizes it or not, they're at a critical crossroads. If they continue down this path of mistreatment, they risk alienating not just Clark, but their top talent and dedicated fan base as well. Alternatively, they can start recognizing and valuing players like Caitlin for the stars they are. One thing is clear, fans won't forget how Caitlin Clark has been treated, and neither will she. The WNBA must act quickly before the damage is irreversible. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.